Well, this one will be a little bit controversial. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back and happy Mondays for everybody. So, today's subject topic, one that I think that creators could resonate with and possibly help the new creators out to kind of understanding what's going on. So I figured I would take a trip down memory lane when it came to YouTube. When it came to this wonderful platform that a lot of us are on, probably the platform that has a monopoly over the internet video game. Basically, this this is where I'm going with this. Yo, good morning, Baby Yoda. What's going on, man? Because YouTube has really changed from what it used to be, and I'm talking about like from way back in the day, even before I started creating content on YouTube. The environment, the atmosphere, the practices, all these things have changed. And while, it is safe to say that sometimes change could be a good thing. And sometimes, if things sit still the way that they are, they tend to crumble. So you have to change with the times. Some of these changes really affected how YouTube is as a platform, how it is for creators and just ultimately what's going on with it. So, to understand YouTube as a sensation, what it is, YouTube was a spot where people like you and I could create content. We could, just upload videos and people would find our videos. And if they found it interesting, they would continue watching several different videos that we would put up. They would even subscribe to the channel. And trust me, back in the day, kitten videos was king. People just posted like random ass videos, like them hanging out with their friends and eventually turning them into like talk show vlogs. You had people that were like, hey, I'm going to film unboxing my brand new phone. And they would put that online and people would actually, lots of people would watch them. And oh my gosh, that's what you get in the box. That's what the phone looks like. That's how it sounds. Real world video, view of a phone and computers, video games. And then, people are like, well, besides just unboxing things and shooting random ass videos or uploading kitten videos, I'll find a way to record gameplay of my favorite game and put it up on YouTube and so forth. But the videos that were coming up, regardless, back then people weren't, really heavy into editing. They didn't look at this as a launching pad for them to kind of showcase their skills in editing and all that other stuff. And so, you had some pretty basic videos, but as time progresses, feelings change, approaches change, and, viewers want more. And at the same time, it's not bad that people did that. It's not bad that people started using like pro editing rigs and stuff like that to kind of come up with video. People started actually like writing out scripts for their skits, and people started doing skits, little short video clips, comical or dramatic. It was really picking up. YouTube was really picking up some steam, and people were really kind of just like pushing forward with this new agenda of making the best content that you can create. And it surprisingly changed the game. It surprisingly changed it because you were seeing at home people such as you and I learning to use things like Final Cut or using, Adobe Premiere, using, Sony Vegas, various different editing video editing platforms and learning how to use transitions and learning how to, you know, just kind of flavor up your videos. And, you know, it really started to take flight. I mean, there's nothing wrong with stepping your game up in editing your videos or trying to make your videos like, you know, this really professional looking content for people to view. Never was a problem with that at all whatsoever. Never was a thing where I looked at it and said, oh gosh, you know, this is going to turn out bad. Because the people who win are you and I. Because although I am a content creator here on YouTube and I do live streams now, you know, my friends hear me talk about it all the time. I'm in YouTube retirement, and like, what the hell is a YouTube retirement? Is there such a thing? There is when you continue to make content, but your goal and perspectives have completely changed on what you do on YouTube. Give me 1 second here. Hold on. Sorry, don't you hate when you have to like sneeze? And yeah, you don't want to be too loud because you know it's going to be like a really loud one. Your eyes start to well up in water. Yeah, that's what happened. Sorry. But anyways, so back in the day, YouTube really used to pay attention to its creators. I mean, large or small. You had a complaint, you had an issue, or you just needed to deal with something. YouTube was there for creators back in the day. It really was. Of course, you know, back then, YouTube was trying to figure out ways how to deal with trolls and things like that. That's on YouTube because they exist here. They're here. They're here to cause mass drama. They're here to, you know, personally attack people and, you know, get a rise out of them on a platform that they know that lots of people come to watch videos and to entertain themselves. So they're here. And, you know, YouTube was really trying to find a way to kind of deal with those trolls. So, yeah, it turned out to be like, you know, super crazy. 1 sec. Hold on. Oh, gosh, this morning is just not turning. Anyways, so they brought in, what was it, Google Plus, and they made Google Plus where you had to use Google Plus to actually create a YouTube account. Jeez, I am so sorry. Oh my God. This morning I stepped outside. They're cutting the grass outside. I stepped outside this morning and I guess all that stuff just bothered me right now. Probably not a good way to start a live stream. But anyways, you know, YouTube is really trying to deal with that because there was a lot of, you know, trolls. A lot of people were coming on. Content creators were, you know, kind of getting tired of it, getting tired of, you know, all this stuff going on. So when they reached out to YouTube, they wanted YouTube to kind of change this. They wanted YouTube to find some sort of way to kind of like, I mean, they know they couldn't stop them all, but to minimize the amount of them that were on there because there was a lot back in the day. Some people didn't experience them because some of the creators, you know, just had their channel set up a certain way. So like comments had to be pre-screened before being shown and all this other stuff. And, you know, that's one way that actually like, you know, really kind of just like worked towards minimizing, you know, trolling and stuff like that. But for, you know, like other creators who just wanted to upload and just, that was it, was just upload. You know, it was kind of bothering them when the trolls would go to their videos and just, you know, start attacking other people in the comments and whatnot. So YouTube had this fancy idea that they were going to bond Google Plus with YouTube. And so in order to have a YouTube channel, you had to have a Google Plus channel. And people were like, I don't want a Google Plus channel. And I don't know where YouTube's mindset was with that one when they were like, yeah, because, you know, if you have a profile, you have to prove who you are. I mean, people can make fake profiles on Google Plus. They do it on Facebook and other platforms too as well. Really wasn't going to help. But it kind of did in a way, only because people that, you know, had their usernames banned on YouTube would have to go make another one. And it was like, it took a lot of time and effort to continuously go into Google Plus, build a new profile with a new Gmail, and then go into YouTube and create, you know, a YouTube profile there, and then go back to the person that you were having fun trolling and troll them some more. You know, it was a lot of work for them to do. You know, unless you were like heavy dedicated to that type of thing, and then you probably built yourself like 15 or 20 YouTube profiles. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. But as time went on, literally YouTube just kind of just went left field. I mean, they really did. They went left field. They just really started to kind of focus in on some of the big creators, and then really just kind of put their backing into these big creators. And we're talking about those people that were actually like making little skits here and there. I mean, they were really going all out, you know, full production. 1 second. Oh gosh. Ooh, this morning it's not starting off right. But yeah, they were you know, like the big time YouTubers like H3H3, you know, we're talking about them. We're talking about guys like Ryan Higa, to name a few. One sec. Okay, allergies suck like hell. I'll tell you guys that much right now. But you know, they started backing some of the real big YouTubers and started to kind of put their focus there, and YouTube started to go downhill. For creators who kind of needed that help from, you know, YouTube, I'll call them the YouTube suits. The answer given to them was an algorithm. You know, because one of the things that plagued a lot of YouTubers was other creators who actually really weren't creating anything. What they were doing is they were going in on YouTube, they were, you know, stealing your video, they were using an editor, they were chopping up your video to kind of like make it look as different as they possibly could, just to, you know, comprise it and upload it under their channel and then label it their video. There are a lot of people who stole videos. You know, even till today, there's people that still steal other creators' videos. Some of them are, you know, they don't know how to kind of convert the video to a different way, so that way it doesn't look the same as the original creators. They just grab the video and upload it, and then YouTube finds it, and you get told, oh yes, you know, this video has, you know, however much percentage of your actual video in their video. And that's different. That's different from like somebody doing like a response to another creator's video and using their video in theirs to do that response. I mean, fair use act right there. But actually like taking a creator's video, downloading it, ripping it up, putting it back together, uploading it to your channel and saying it's your video, that's blatantly, you know, copyright stolen. There are a lot of people doing that. There's still people doing that till today. Like I get a good amount of notifications from YouTube on YouTube Studios telling me, you know, so-and-so took a video that I did like maybe 7 years ago, and they have it up on their channel. And like all they did was they put like a little generic intro of theirs in the beginning of the video. And then after that intro ends, then my intro plays because they completely stole my whole video. And all they did was just put their intro in the beginning. Like that was going to change the whole thing. It doesn't. So a lot of creators were plagued with that. They were plagued with content stolen. They were plagued with trolls and people that come on here to just have, you know, arguments and things like that. And it really, really, really changed it for majority of YouTube. The top tier guys, like Ryan Higa, the top tier guys, you know, like what's their names? Like Timothy DeLaGhetto, and you know, there's a lot of these, you know, these guys who brought the spotlight onto YouTube. They're treated fine. They're treated absolutely well. You know, they can get in contact with YouTube easily. They send an email to YouTube, they get a response back easily. You know, they have any issues with a video or whatever, they can get it taken care of with YouTube. Like nothing. You know what I mean? I myself and several other people, when we have a video and something is, you know, like some sort of controversy started with the video or whatever, we get the book thrown at us. And then we have to go through hoops into getting that video back up if we can prove that the video is not whatever the complaint said it was. We have to go through all that. And even then, that doesn't generally mean that the video goes back up. Sometimes, it's a dead end, because we don't have anyone really paying attention to the whole YouTube as a whole of creators. There's only a specific ones that they will deal with. The rest of us deal with automated systems, automated things. Send an email, you get an automatic reply, and then you have to wait for someone to contact you back if they're going to contact you back. And most of the time, because I've tested this out over years, most of the time the contact that I get back is just some generic blatant email, and that's pretty much it. And then it's more of like a discouraging email. It's more of just like, if you want to handle this, you have to go do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and then that, and that. And they make it drawn out, hoping that you'll just look at it and be like, okay, forget it. You know what? It is what it is. Video gone, take it down. I'll just redo the video in a different way and blah, 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 blah. I've gone through that. Several people that I know that have been on YouTube for the same amount of time, they go through that. We deal with that all the time. See, the thing about YouTube, past and present, that some people don't understand. I'm not going to say all the new ones don't understand, but some of them don't. Because they have this idea that, okay, all I got to do is come up with a great idea. And all I got to do is just, start putting out videos. And I'm in like Flynn. I'm going to make thousands of dollars. I'm going to do all kinds of things. I'm going to make all kinds of money. And it does not work that way. It doesn't work that way with YouTube. If you're coming into YouTube and you're really thinking that you're just going to start bossing out with money just because you put up videos and stuff like that, you're sadly mistaken. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. I'm pretty transparent with everybody on YouTube. And you know what? This is why I tell people, like, the subscriber count doesn't really amount for anything other than to show people that, there are lots of people that like you. But then, you know what? Like, there's lots of people that could like them. They just haven't been found yet. So the subscriber count number thing, I always tell people, is not the most important thing. I mean, yes, in order to monetize, you have to be at 1,000 subscribers. You got to have 4,000 hours of watch time. You have to be pretty consistent with your uploads, and then YouTube will allow you to become a YouTube partner, where they'll run ads in your video, and you can get something out of those ads being ran on your videos. That's the idea for monetization. Clear, cut, and dry. That's what it is. But it doesn't mean that, just because you get a couple of thousand subscribers, you're going to boss out with money. It doesn't work that way at all. The view counts is where it really matters. The view counts. So technically today, if you wanted to be a YouTuber and you solely want to do YouTube to make a living, you need at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time just to make partnership. Once you get over that wall, then it's all about the view count. Like me, someone could look at my channel subscriber count and be like, okay, he's sitting at 11,000 subscribers. I've been sitting at this for like a couple of months now. It just fluctuates. It goes up to 11,200 and then drops back down to 11,190. It just keeps going back and forth. It stays right there steadily. But here's the thing. I can have that much. I did what, like last month I only made like $100 and something. Just $100 something bucks. I wouldn't make $1,000. I didn't make $500. I didn't make $600. Just $100 bucks. That's because my view counts. You look at my view counts. My view counts are really low. For someone that has 11,000 subscribers, I'm averaging anywhere between 50 to 100 views per video. Now, when it comes to revenue, say you go and you look on a video and say like the advertisement put on there says that the CPM is $13.95. Well, the CPM actually stands for, what it basically means in layman's term is that you'll get paid $13.95 every 1,000 views, right? So if you get 2,000 views, that's $13.95 times 2. If you get 5,000 views, that's $13.95 times 5, and so on, right? So you have to get like thousands and thousands of views in order for you, who's already monetizing, to make a good amount of money, And so let's say, after you've reached a partnership, the first 10 videos you put up is at 100,000 views each. and the CPM on each of those videos, let's say 2 of them is $10, 2 of them is, $50, and let's say the last 6 of them is like at $15, right? So you take the CPM and you multiply it by how many? So 100,000 views, that's quite a bit. So you can be expecting a good payout. You know what I mean? The reason why I'm talking about the revenue side of YouTube and everything like that is so that people understand like that's how it works. So the CPM is the amount of money that they will pay you for every 1,000 views that video gets with the ad on it. And the RPM, the RPM is what you actually, like how much views you actually got within that 30-day window, right? In between payouts. Because you still make money on your videos afterwards. Let's say like the video that you got in the first 30 days yielded you 500 views, right? And it's like $14 CPM. So your RPM was 500, basically. So it was half, 50%. So 50% of 14 is 7. So you'll get paid $7 for that 30-day window of how much views that video got. And then let's say that the next month you got 1,000 views on it. So you're totally sitting at like 1,500 views the next month. You're not going to get paid the $7 that you already got from the first window, but you will get paid for that 1,000 views in that next 30-day window. So that's where you'll get paid the $14 and so on. It fluctuates. Your videos tend to still fluctuate. Even 5-year-old videos, you can still make money on them. They'll still keep going as long as they're getting views. And these are new views, then your RPM will sit at a percentage for that video versus the CPM of what they would pay out for every 1,000 views. So that's something that I gotta kind of clarify for people to understand. So that's how you make the money. The money is always going to be on views. It's not going to be on subscriber accounts. That's why, honestly, I say to people like when they're like, oh yeah, this guy's only got 5,000 subscribers. How's he doing anything on YouTube or making any money on YouTube? But when you look at his video catalog, he's getting like 50,000 views, 25,000 views, 10,000 views, nothing below 10,000 views. Trust me, he's banking. He's banking money. And if that's the approach that a content creator is trying to go, if that's what they're trying to do, if this is their way of making a living, then he's golden. So yeah, for all the new YouTubers coming in, you guys gotta understand it's not cakewalk and it's not easy as hell. Like you gotta market the hell out of yourself, and this is why I say like I'm in YouTube retirement. In YouTube retirement, I'm not grinding as hard as I used to, I've always been very passive aggressive when it comes to this stuff. I never like to make anyone who watch my videos feel like that they're forced to subscribe, because I wouldn't want to feel that way. I wanted to subscribe because I like the channel. I like the content. And so when I ask people to subscribe, I ask it in a very passive aggressive way, sort of, is because like, yes, I do want you to subscribe and come back and watch videos, but I don't want you to feel like that I'm demanding it, because me as a content creator, I'm not on the higher footing over the viewer. The viewer's on the higher footing over me. That's the way that I look at it. That's the way I approach YouTube with this. So the viewer is on a higher level than I am. I'm here to create content and talk about things that may interest them. My thing is to please them, not myself. That was the days of grinding. Now, today, the viewers and I are on an equal level. So I will make content that I know that my viewers like, but I'll also make content that I enjoy to make and talk about. And it's a give take type thing. So because it's not what I consider to be aggressive, it is retirement for me. Now, I've been on here since 2011. I've seen it all. I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen it from, the humble days of when it was YouTube, just trying to make a dent in the world. I've seen it go through, okay, we're YouTube and we have these new exciting people that are going to, bring in lots of revenue to YouTube because they're really good at what they do and people follow them. So we're going to kind of focus on them and all you content creators. We still love you guys, but we've got this nice little algorithm that's going to determine if your video is safe to be on YouTube for monetization and all kinds of other things, which is kind of crazy, having a freaking robot pretty much do it. I mean, YouTube has gone so ridiculous that they've even at one point started awarding creators like myself with the ability to screen other people's YouTube videos. Like, okay, not only are you going to have me look at other people's videos to see if it's safe for monetization and whatnot, but if it's not safe, to report it, but you're having me take down somebody else's art, whether it's they're legitimately on YouTube to be on YouTube as a creator, or they're just on here because they think they're gonna make a fast buck. I don't care what their personal thing is. The thing about it is that you're having people like me, become these special people on YouTube to screen other creators' videos. That was probably one of the worst ideas YouTube has ever done, because there were people who were just like, of course they're biased. They're biased, they may love comedy videos and hate tech videos and think that all guys that talk about tech on YouTube shouldn't even be on here. And so what they'll do is any tech video, they'll just immediately give it a bad review, whether or not it was bad or if it's good. They'll just give it a bad review. And yeah, that was such a bad move by YouTube. YouTube was just crazy for that. YouTube has really, the hype behind it and the excitement behind it has really fallen over the last 7 years. It has fallen quite a bit. There are people that are on here, because they have, a mass following. They don't want to abandon them. And so they continue to make content. But are they really happy to be here? Probably not. And you'll know who these people are because you see them seeking out different platforms to try their luck on. You'll see them post to Instagram TV, and people will be like, why are you on Instagram TV? And they'll be subtle. They don't want to tell people that they're tired of YouTube and YouTube policies and changes that YouTube makes. They're not going to say that. But, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, just another place to try and do something different, And then if it works out, and let's say they're picking up steam on a different platform, and then those people that follow them on YouTube are willing to jump to the other platform and follow them there and watch the content there as they did on YouTube. And you bet your bottom dollar that person would pretty much just leap away from YouTube. At least that's the way that I look at it. Some creators don't care about their viewers to that extent. Some do. I do care about those people who have taken the chance to subscribe to me. I've always said that. When I've hit a certain moniker on YouTube, I always tend to make a video thanking everybody. It may be sappy. It may be, like, oh gosh, just chill out, bro. You just reached another 1,000 subscribers. Like, why are you, trust me, I'm not gloating. I am really humbled and thankful for that. Thankful every day. And I feel like that if I just completely quit out YouTube, like I'm quitting on those people that actually come and watch, whether, it's like the couple of hundred that used to watch, or like the 50 or 70 that still watch now that my stuff has changed quite a bit. Everybody matters to me. And so I will continue to keep doing like live streams and talking about different subjects and bringing content for those people to watch, or, just, continue to focus on here. Excuse me. It's a tough spot, but it's a spot that we got to be in as creators. You can't just abandon, all those people who stood behind you and rocked with you all these years as you grew. However, like if I was like, hey guys, I'm going to be live streaming only on Facebook now, and everyone was like, yo, we'll follow you on Facebook, then believe me, yes. Would I move away from YouTube? Yes, because I don't feel like that what I do here is appreciated by the company at all. Because it's not rocket science, okay? I don't look at myself like I'm bringing YouTube millions of dollars a year. I understand I'm not that type of creator. I don't have as the charisma or the way to captivate people to that extent. But I am making content here, and I am still bringing some views here. And that should be enough for YouTube to say, okay, if you need help with subtle things, we got you. 1 second. Early morning sniffles, early morning allergies. Never step outside when they're cutting grass early in the morning, because they'll just mess with you for breathing and all that stuff. But yeah, YouTube has just really gone down this just really different path. And then, today there's people that just get frustrated. You know what I mean? There's people that try really hard, and it's kind of sad. And this is the reason why, for a little bit of time, I wanted to showcase different people's channels. Like, I figured like, hey, you know what? Like when I hit like 9,000 subscribers, I was like, hey, I have 9,000 subscribers, and this guy has like 500 subscribers, and his videos are really good. So then I'm gonna talk about it on my YouTube channel. I make a whole entire video dedicated about talking to that creator's channel to get him some exposure. Not because I wanted anything in return. I mean, you don't have to ask me. You can ask guys like Rishi from, that OnePlus guy, aka Alter Tech. He never asked me to spotlight his channel. I never asked him for anything in return. I spotlighted his channel because I wanted people to find him. Same way with Sneed. I wanted people to find his channel. Now Sneed is like, getting really huge, and that's great. I'm happy for him, and I hope that he continues to grow. I did spotlights for several people, and I just wanted them to get the exposure. That's what I looked at my channel as what my channel can do to help. Whether it did or didn't, I gave it a shot. I tried. And that was my thing. It was just like anyone that needed help on YouTube, a new coming creator, I wanted to be able to help them. I wanted to be able to give them any idea that I had that may possibly work for them. Even if it didn't work for me, I would still hand off the idea to them and see if maybe it will work for them. Because you gotta remember, with this YouTube thing, there's one major freaking factor with YouTube that matters. And it's not about how much money you have. It's not about the fancy backgrounds and the fancy lights. It's not about all that. It's about you, the creator, the personality that you have. Some people can, see that and like that about you, and that's what makes them subscribe to you. What's up, Ray? And then there's other people that, that look at you and then they're like, yeah, this guy bores the shit out of me. I don't want to fuck this, they'll go away. And then there's some people that's just like, they hate the way that your face looks. And so it's like thumbs down. They just I'm going to click thumbs down every time this asshole uploaded a video. Click thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. There are various different things, but ultimately what it boils back to is you, the creator. You, the creator, set the tone for how things go. So what have I learned from my time being here on YouTube? What I've learned is that I got a lot to say. I'm hella ass nerdy, but I don't have the charisma to captivate an audience of a massive size. Otherwise, I would have had massive amount of views. There's some videos that I make that, have hit 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 views. But you got to remember, I wasn't on the video. I had a camera pointed at a phone and I was showing something, and that's totally completely different. But like as me as a person like this, shooting it in format like this, talking the way that I am talking like this on YouTube, no, I don't have that in me. Could I learn to do it? Possibly with some coaching and stuff like that, because they have like different people that like coach, like YouTube coaches and stuff like that. They coach you on how to be on YouTube. But really in general, you just got to find your own way. I mean, you can have people give advice, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to grow. And I really want the new creators to know that. I can offer you all the advice that I can. I can share with you guys all the experiences that I had here on YouTube. How hard it was to get to 11,000. Like some people will be like, bro, that's 11,000. There's creators that have like 11 million. Good on them. But getting to 11,000 to me was like them getting to 11 million, because again, it was a slow growth. It's very hard for people to challenge that, because there's people that challenge that. There's all kinds of people that will say some real negative stuff. Look, I'm not out here to prove anything. I'm only out here to just say it straight out. Getting from 0 subscribers to 11,000 is freaking hard as hell. Even getting to your first 10 subscribers is like hella ass hard. It's a thing. Sometimes it's a domino effect type thing. You know what I mean? Like one person discovers you and they subscribe to you, and then it's word of mouth. They tell their friends like, yeah, dude, I found this dude on YouTube that talks about this, and that. It's pretty cool. And then their friend just goes and subscribes, not even watching one of your videos, just goes and subscribes, because his friend subscribed to you. And that's one of the ways that it happens when you start to have growth like that, word of mouth and things of that nature. But it's not easy. It's not cakewalk. I seriously get offended when people like talk about, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and I'm going to do this and then I'm going to start bringing in the money. And I look at them like, you have no idea how hard it is to do this when you are seriously trying to grind in this field. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to think about it like this. You are personally competing with people. Even like my friends like Sneed and Carlos and Ray, Yoda. If Yoda makes, YouTube videos and he comes on here, it'd be Yoda as well. It'd be Mike from B-Tech Reviews, it would be Latrell. It would be, Lawrence. It'd be everybody. All these guys that are creators. Believe it or not, we're competing against each other. We may not be aggressively competing against each other where I'm like, yo, everybody, you got to check out my video. My video is better than, than Ray's video. It's never like that, but it still is a competition because in this realm of YouTube, the tech space, we're all in the tech space, right? We all want the views. We all want to grow. We all want to be successful YouTubers in the tech space. But the only way that happens is you have to excel beyond your friends. You have to go beyond them. You have to gain that upper footing. You know what I mean? It was a blind theory that, let's say I made it to 1 million subscribers, that I could pull Ray up for him to make him into, his channel into 1 million subscribers and do the same for Carlos and do the same for Sneed. Now, all of us are sitting at 1 million subscribers. So that's actually pretty cool. But who's going to get the 1 million views? You see, that's the thing. Like I said back earlier when I was talking about how people make money on YouTube, it's not about the subscriber count, because you can have 1,000 subscribers and you can still make $1 million on YouTube. You got to have the views. The views is where it really freaking matters. You got to have the views. And, so if I brought all my friends up to having 1 million subscribers apiece, only one of us could really get the 1 million views to make good money on YouTube, and when it comes down to it, because every one of us has our different reasons. Sneed does YouTube because he is tucking away money for his daughter's college fund and for future things for his daughter. Admirable, respectable. I appreciate it. And I rally behind him for it. Now, I've told people all the time that, I said this in my videos so people don't have to ask me, where does the revenue from all my videos go to? They go to my kids. I give the money to my kids. They can buy whatever they want. They want to buy a toy, they buy a toy. They want to buy a dress they wanted, they buy a dress that they wanted. I mean, they still get stuff from me, but I give them money for the things that they do, like going to school, doing their chores and things like that. They get the money from YouTube. And, that's where it's always gone. That's why back then I used to grind kind of hard because I wanted to, like, I'm not a rich person. I told people that. I'm not rich, I'm poor. I'm not sitting on a lot of money and everything like that. I'm sitting on enough to get me by. And the money that's made, basically, we're paycheckers. Somebody can make fun of it. Oh, well, it is what it is. We're paycheckers. You know what I mean? And so sometimes I feel bad when I don't have extra money to go and take my kids out to eat at a pizza place and play some video games. Because money could be tight that month, bills could be high, here in Phoenix, electricity bills is super high. And then thanks to the, to the current POTUS, gas is now high. I don't know what you guys' gas prices are, where you guys are, but over here, it's already past $3. Back in December into early January, gas prices here was $2.09. It has gone up $1 and some change since then. Crazy. And all of last year, gas prices was fluctuating between $2.69 and $2.09. So $2.09 to $2.69. It never crossed $3. Now it has. Thank you, POTUS. Gotta thank the man responsible. Can't throw it on the last guy. The last guy actually helped us get lower gas prices. This one just completely screwed it. But anyways, I'm a paychecker. I make what I make on YouTube, whether it's like $100 or $150. Sometimes I can reach over $200, and that's a good time. The highest I can go is 600, 700, but I was way back in the day. It's not like that now. Now it's dramatically dropped down, and I'm only making anywhere between like $100 to $180, and that money goes to the kids, goes to the kiddos. Excuse me one sec. I gotta sneeze. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I hate that. Oh my gosh. And again, this has to be the oddest live stream because it's always like in and out, in and out. You know, it's because I have to sneeze. Oh my gosh, man. Ugh. Ugh. Bad idea going outside with all that cutting of grass. I'll try not to sneeze so much, everybody. I'm sorry. um, but yeah, so for new content creators, hopefully that kind of gives you guys a little bit of footing to kind of understand. Don't have that mentality that you're just going to come in here and make money because you're going to get aggravated. You're going to get pissed when things don't go your way because things don't always go your way on YouTube. Doesn't. Trust me. You know, like I figured, okay, you know what? Like I knew that things was going to get slow for me when I kind of started talking about movies and kind of bringing in video games and just talking about some random stuff. Of course, also kind of going against the algorithm rules because the algorithm rule says if you talk about tech, stick to tech only. Just do tech only. And then people are like, yeah, you could just make another channel that has to do with that. And it's like, but I don't have time to juggle multiple channels. I try that so many times, it just never works out. So why not just throw everything on one channel and not be a tech channel, not be a gaming channel or an entertainment channel, and just be a nerd channel? And so that's what I am. So fuck the algorithm. I don't really care anymore what the algorithm thinks about me. It could bury all my videos because it doesn't know where to push my videos. That's totally fine. Totally fine because I got Twitter and other places that I could just say, hey, guys, I'm talking about this. And if anyone's interested in that subject, they'll click on the video, they'll watch it on YouTube. So that's the idea. That's how I'm going around the algorithm. I'm using social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, MeWe, and freaking Minds and Parler. I'm using those social platforms to get my videos viewed by just going out there. I'm posting it on Reddit. I get backlash on Reddit. Some people have made fun of me on Reddit. I don't care. And that's the other thing about YouTube. If you're going to come on here, you got to have a thick skin. You got to have a thick skin. People are going to be talking shit all the damn time. Got to deal with it. Here he is, the OnePlus guy. Facts. If you rely on money from YouTube revenue, you will be stressed and content can suffer. That is true. That is true. When you are chasing money, you know, but one of the biggest blessings since, you know, Rishi pretty much touched subject on that. One of the best blessings on YouTube is when you're not actively chasing the money on YouTube and you're just actively having fun making the content that you're making. But all of a sudden, like the money comes in, like you just, wow, you know, revenue coming in and you didn't even really do anything. You feel like you didn't do anything because you were having so much fun. It didn't seem like you were working hard. That's the best way. If you can get that on YouTube, more power to you. More power to you. You know, because if you're always stressing to chase the money, if money is the only thing that you're concerned about, first of all, these viewers, those who come to YouTube that don't build a channel to create content, they just come here to be entertained. They will see right through your bullshit and eat you up alive. They will, you know. So the best thing about it is just to just have fun. Make fun the priority in all of this. Make it joyful. Make it enjoyable. Do all those things, and you know what? If you're partnered, you'll make your money. It'll come. You know what I mean? It'll come when you least expect it. That's, you know, YouTube just is all around general just a crazy place. So I would even tell a lot of people that wanted to start a YouTube channel, like, you know, understand what you're about to do and also find your own path. You know what I mean? Even if you're like, well, I like unboxing tech. Fine. You like unboxing tech. That's going to be like the majority scope of your channel. Cool. Now do it differently. Don't be like the next guy. Don't be like the next guy. This is like the best advice I can offer. Don't be like the next guy. You don't gotta have pink lights in the background just because so and so has pink lights in his background and he gets 100,000 views. Like, no, do something differently. You know what I mean? You don't have to decorate it. You don't have to have a white table with one table plant on there, just to like say, okay, now I'm like so and so, so now I should get the views. No. You gotta set yourself different. Like today, YouTube is so freaking flooded. especially in the tech space. It wasn't like that in the tech space about 6 years ago. It is now. There's a lot of them here. I mean, think about it. If you just YouTube search tech, I swear you'll find over 100 channels with the name tech in it, right? I mean, everyone just throws the name tech in it. And that's part of the reason why before I changed this show to the Nerdiest Podcast, before it was called Aloha Android, was because everyone had tech in their name. So a name that would kind of stand out would be that. Why? Well, I mean, think of it. Andy the Android guy in an Aloha t-shirt, you know, but of course there was also a hidden message behind the name itself. It wasn't all just about because, you know, I'm from Hawaii and I like Android. It was also like, if I was to explain what Aloha means and the spirit of Aloha, the spirit of acceptance, the spirit of joy and happiness and peace, that with Android being the little Android guy, who's like a happy, carefree Android guy. Yeah. I mean, but that name is retired. It is retired. The Nerdiest Podcast is my retirement project, and this is something that I just enjoy doing solely to enjoy to do. Doesn't matter if my video only has 5 views, has 50 views, or if it accidentally goes viral. I don't care. My thing is that I make content for those people who still subscribe to my channel, who still want something to watch, and I make that. And that's where it's going to be. Rishi says, yeah, I agree. Being different is key, but there's nothing left to cover in tech. I might be ready to start a new channel and something outside of tech. That's the thing. Like we've hit the glass ceiling in the tech space. For all those people coming into the tech side of things, we've hit the glass ceiling. When you come in here, think of it like this. Analogy for you guys. A giant building made of glass. And there's a front door. Everyone's going into that front door. They're like, if you're about tech, this is the door you need to come into on the YouTube, right? On the YouTube universe. Come through this door. Live here. You go inside. You're crammed like sardines. From the floor to the ceiling is all kinds of creators. You got to try to wiggle your way through them, right? If they're all square blocks, you being a square block, you're not moving anywhere because you're just like them. You've just basically added yourself to the wall of being stuck, right? But if you're a different shape, if everyone's squares and you happen to be a cylinder, you can probably maneuver yourself through all those blocks to get to the top. But know this, everyone has hit the glass ceiling in the tech space, in the tech building, on the YouTube universe. So even if you get to the top, you're up there, you're stuck there. They've already put a roof on top of that building. They haven't left it open to continue to grow. OnePlus reviews, tips, camera tests, Gcam tips, camera tips, etc. are all going to be posted before or the day of the phone release. Gotcha. I mean, everyone's trying to find different ways to do things differently. Like I said, it's the reason why I made the changes to this channel. You know, like tech has gone to its limitation as far as like tech and innovation and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that innovation's dead with technology. Don't get me wrong. It's not dead, but it's not as rapid as what it once was. You know, I mean, the talk of most tech shows today is about 5G. I.e., look at Sneed. A lot of people that follow him and Carlos for the speed testing. They follow Sneed for the information about CBRS, you know, C-band, you know, millimeter wave, sub-6, you know, ultra wideband. They follow him for all these different things because he analyzes and reports on like what the carriers are going to be doing differently, what's new to the network, that you should be experiencing something different with your cell connectivity, you know, and that's important information. And he pretty much owns that realm of it because before Sneed ever came onto doing that, because he's been around for a while. Okay, he's shared his story with all of us when we all broadcasted together. He said it. There was one point where, you know, he was trying to collaborate with people to get exposure and nobody wanted to work with him. And then JG Tech Blog started letting Sneed host live streams on his channel and advertise Sneed's very own channel on there. And eventually Sneed grew. You know, he grew to 4,000, 5,000. I've seen it. Continuously growing and growing and growing and growing. And now what? Sneed's at what? 13,000, I think. 12,000 or 13,000, somewhere around there. Yeah, he's still actively growing. But you know, he hits that. There's really not nothing left to talk about. I mean, there kind of is, but there really isn't, right? It's just like, it's now like fighting over the table of scraps. You know what I mean? The stories that's on the table are little tidbits of beef. And if I get it and chew it up first, the flavor's great. But then if I throw that same bit back on the table, which is going to sound disgusting, and somebody else grabs that beef and bites into it and starts chewing it up, it's not going to taste as good as the way that I had it. So we're fighting over scraps to get stories out. Once one person gets that story out, the flavor's gone out of it. You know, some people may be looking for another creator to offer a different perspective, and that's totally fine. You can be that person. But trust me, if you're fighting over views, you're not going to get the view that the person got that actually got it exposed out there for everyone to hear. Please excuse my sniffles, everybody. I'll make a mental note of that. Do not step outside right when you're about to do a live stream, when they're cutting grass, because all that pollen and all that stuff is just bothering the hell out of me. Right. Hang on. So back in 2013, phones had big issues and were entirely different. Now phones are copying the best features from each other. Yeah, they've even hit the glass ceiling. But look what they're resorting to today, foldable technology. They're really trying to see if this is going to take off, because then they can actually innovate with foldable technology. And when you look at the LG Wing, that was like innovation that we haven't seen in a while. I mean, sure, it wasn't like brand new, because if you go back to the old days with that one phone that did the exact same thing and flipped into like a T-shaped phone or whatever, I mean, yeah, it was there. It's nothing brand new. It's getting to a point to where I really just want to do a few videos a year now. That's why I'm sticking to three mobile phones a year: Samsung, iPhone, Pixel. Gotcha. And that's it for me. Yeah, I mean, you know, there are various things you can do. Like on this channel, what was it? I know that I'm hitting a direction that, you know, is working out. Some of my videos, like if I do like a gaming video, I know they don't get a lot of views. But I do know that when I talked about Jeepers Creepers Reborn, that picked up some damn views. I was like, oh, okay. It picked up some views. It did pretty good. So, yeah, talking about movies. But see, like I said, like if I was grinding hard, trust me, I would have capitalized on that Jeepers Creepers and just rolled with that. But this is my YouTube retirement, so I don't really give a shit about it. I mean, I care that everyone came and checked it out. I appreciate them for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't care. But I don't care to try and capitalize off the momentum off that. Will I talk about Jeepers Creepers Reborn again? Probably. We'll probably do another live stream talking about it as we get closer to the release date of the movie. But I'm not going to like make every video about Jeepers Creepers Reborn and milk that until it's dry. Like, no. No, because I just like talking about tech as usual. So this is one of the things that I tell people, like, if you thought I was bullshitting that I really like tech, now you know that I'm not, because I still do talk about, you know, mobile carriers. I still do talk about Pixel phones. I still do talk about, you know, Chromebooks and stuff like that. And I also talk about Stadia, gaming on Stadia. I like sharing the experience that I have on it. And I like talking about gameplay that I do on my Nintendo Switch Lite. And I like talking about movies. So I'm hitting all the points that I've ever wanted to, you know, in a live stream. And I just don't care anymore whether it flops or it does good, because that's not the point anymore for me. The point for me is just to have this content here, because if somebody happens to say, hey, I want to see gameplay of Streets of Rage 4, and they find my video and it's entertaining them, that's great. If they want to know the backstories to Streets of Rage 4 and they have the whole game analyzed, I did a live stream talking about it. You know, and they can listen and get a perspective on that. That's the whole point that I'm in right now. This phase. Part of the reason why, and I'm going to be honest with everyone, part of the reason why that I feel this way is because I feel like that YouTube just doesn't have my back. So why am I going to grind my ass off hard for a platform that's literally going to drop me the second that it wants to. When YouTube changed its policies not long ago. What's up? Good morning, Kimon. How you doing? Sorry for my sniffling, guys. No, it's going to be a little irritating, but yeah, I made a big error stepping outside while they're cutting the grass this morning. So like now I'm like all it's messing with me. 1 sec. I will be right back. 1 sec. Hold on. Anyways, but yeah, that is the reason why. I feel like YouTube doesn't have my back. So why am I going to grind out hard? YouTube changed a policy recently. They did a policy that I thought was absolutely ridiculous. And that is YouTube can cancel your channel at any time when they feel like that you're no longer viable to make revenue. And I think I'm flirting dangerously with that because I'm not getting the same type of views that I was getting 2 years ago. I don't know if YouTube is going to eventually cancel me. And if they do, they do. And if they do, I will tell you guys on Twitter where I go to next. But it's ridiculous because YouTube obviously only cares about the money. That's all they ever care about. Making the money, that's all they want. They want the money from the ad partnerships with various different companies. And I mean, they don't take care of their creators like they used to. They don't care anymore like they used to. That's where it really hit for me. That's me. That's my reasons. I'm not saying that's everybody else's reasons. That's my reasons. You know, YouTube has gone from a place that was fun to be like, who's going to create content that matters? Who's going to create content that's edgy? Who's going to, you know, go the extra mile with video production editing and bring something that looked like it would go to a movie theater, but it's free here on YouTube. The excitement of that from back in the day. It used to be about that. Now it's not about that anymore. Now it's like, you know, Jake Pauls and Logan Pauls and all this, the Paul brothers and, you know, Team 10 and, you know, all these different houses and the drama and Drama Alert and all this other stuff. And it's just like, it's completely changed the atmosphere. And I guess what I want to say is that back then in YouTube, it didn't matter. There were no lines drawn in the sand that differentiated whether, you know, you come from a successful family or, you know, this, that, and the third versus, you know, people that are just like average that come on here and create content. It was never about who you were as like the person per se to that much personal shit to be out there. It was just all about your skills and your ability to captivate an audience. That's always what it was about. Now it's not, you know, even nowadays, right? Like, you know, for instance, and I'm not trying to be mean. Some of the ladies out there may get offended. I'm not saying that every woman in this space is like that, but there were women at a time who were like, I need to make money. And they realized if they started talking about mobile phones and started talking about video games, they would get the views, you know, and they got the views and they grew, you know, but then you could tell the difference between a woman that genuinely actually was about tech versus a woman that was like, I'm going to use tech to make myself rich. And usually the ones that did that back then, they used to put on their freaking Amazon wish list and stuff like that because, you know, they figured they can get all the guys, you know, the nerds who just couldn't talk to women. They figured that they can manipulate them into buying them something from their Amazon wish list and things like that. You really would see it. They were all about money. They would dress scantily clad and, you know, show off their guns, you know, and then hold the phone and talk about the phone and really didn't know what the hell they were talking about. You know, they were just like literally reading from the box, but not understanding what they were reading. You can tell, like, you know, when someone looks at a box of a phone and it says it has a 13 megapixel camera and then a 16 megapixel ultra wide, right? You know exactly what that means if you know tech and you know phones. But someone that absolutely doesn't know shit about it says they'll say that it has a 13 megapixel camera and a 16 megapixel ultra wide. They say it like that, right? Because they're kind of questioning, like, what the hell is it? Because they don't even know what it is. But they're saying it to, you know, get the views. And obviously it worked for them. Obviously they knew what they were doing and, you know, hey, more power to them. They did it. You know what I mean? But it undercutted a lot of people that were genuine about, you know, talking tech. Really just kind of ruined them. I've seen several channels just completely give up and go away. And they had good stuff. So you have people that come in here that, you know, just It's just it got so dull. YouTube just got so dull. You know, a lot of creators that worked their asses off, that worked really hard to bring content that was good, and then they're completely beat out by. Hold on. That one just came out of nowhere. Sorry, didn't have time to mute or shut the camera off. But you know, there are content creators who are like absolutely frustrated because, you know, like somebody, they're already world famous. Take Ronda Rousey, for example. Now, I'm not saying that Ronda Rousey should go away. I'm just saying this is the effect that it had. You know, Ronda Rousey, UFC fighter, then she came to WWE, became a wrestler at WWE, right? She started doing YouTube vlogs. Now she's, you know, she's pretty good on YouTube in her spare time, and she's doing what she's doing on there, making money on there. Excuse me. Jesus. Same with what's that wrestler's name? God, I can't remember her name. Oh gosh, I can't even remember her name. She's in WWE currently right now. I don't remember if she's a champion right now, but anyways, she's Asian. So if you guys remember her name, tell me, because normally I can remember her name, but for some reason I have a brain fart. It's probably from all the sneezing that I'm doing, that I just brain farted everything that I knew out of my head. But you know, she has a YouTube channel. A lot of famous people are starting to make YouTube channels and doing YouTube, and they don't really understand the repercussions of it, because I mean, like, first of all, they're already famous. They're famously known for movies and stuff like that. And you know, when they come on YouTube, what we have left as creators here that are all on here that are not held up by YouTube, like the big ones, like, you know, Jake Paul and all them, you know, we have to fight for what's left in our little space. And then you have Hollywood actors and actresses and, you know, sports people making YouTube channels and coming there and taking that also. So we're left with really hardly anything. And now we're like fighting amongst ourselves to try to get that little bit of space. And trust me, there are some people just can't handle it. There's some people that just, you know, they fly off the handle, they go off the rails. And yeah, they're cutthroat. They'll cut your throat. You know, they're friends with you now, then all of a sudden things change later. You know, it's those types of relationships starting to happen on YouTube. YouTube has become a very toxic place. I'm doing good, Cesar. How are you doing? Tito, would you ever consider using the new Google Pay app? Can you share your thoughts and opinions on the fees and the app altogether? I don't have a lot of things tied to it, so I actually have to use it in order to give you guys an idea. I'll do that another time. Yeah, I'll put that in the parking lot. I think I'm about making like a little poster board parking lot, and like ideas you guys have, write it down on like a sticky note and then putting it there so it's there. And you guys will know when I talked about it, because if you guys watch a live stream or video and you don't see it there anymore, it means that I pulled it down to talk about it. I think I might do that for fun. But yeah. So all these things, I guess, is the reason why, like, you know, I put my attention on Instagram and Instagram TV. I've put my attention, you know, on other various platforms, loading content there, things that I make, things that I create, whether I create gameplay and I'll upload a video, because that's what it's all about. It's not really, you know, I mean, I show you guys a gameplay like Streets of Rage 4. I showed the gameplay on that, but you know, it's just for me to still kind of play around with video editing and try to be creative, just to have a little bit of fun. I mean, it's not massively creative, like it's never been done before. Obviously, it's been done before, but I wanted to see if I could still do it. That's why I make these little videos, like, you know, the last couple of videos I released. You know, this is gameplay, nothing really interesting. I'm not narrating over it. But if somebody wants me to narrate over the gameplay, then let me know, and then that'll be what I add to the table. You know, some of the games I play live on Stadia, which Stadia allows me to live stream it on here. And trust me, guys, when I do my gameplays on YouTube and I'm live on, like, let's say I'm playing Dead by Daylight, it doesn't have to be about the game. If you guys want to just come in and chit chat and talk, or you guys talk on Periscope or whatever, that's always welcome. You guys can come in and talk about anything. You guys can come in and talk about cheeseburgers. I don't care. You know what I mean? You hang out, you talk, I'll reply back while I'm playing the game, and yeah, it is what it is. But all I gotta say is this, you know, YouTube has gone on a downward slant. It has. In my closing thoughts, it's gone on a downward slant. A lot of people are still here, and hopefully they're here for the same reasons as I am, is that There are people that subscribe to us. There are people that, watch our content. So we're still here to provide that content. Can we talk about McDonald's? Are you serious? What's up, Blaze? What's going on? I'm doing good this morning. I just got the sniffles really bad. I stepped outside this morning. They were cutting the grass. And that morning like mixture of like just moisture and pollen, and it's really fucking with me right now. And I've been sneezing like on and off and cutting off the camera and everything because I sneeze really loud sometimes. And trying to. Do you play WoW Classic? World of Warcraft? No, I don't play World of Warcraft. If that's what you mean. I'm trying to make sure that's what you mean. Some of these acronyms, I totally forget what they mean. Can we talk about McDonald's? Oh my God. Can we talk about McDonald's? No. Actually, I don't know. I don't want to talk about McDonald's. That's something this is like, yeah. I mean, we could talk about old Happy Meal toys if you guys remember any of the ones. My favorite Happy Meal toy from way back in the day was when Batman hit the theaters and then the Batmobile came in the Happy Meal box. Like the Batmobile from the one with Michael Keaton in it. So the first and second one. Not the new Batmobile that came out in the third one and all those. Yeah. Have you played Splatoon 2 on Nintendo Switch? I haven't played it. I think my son has it. But yeah, my gameplay from like Streets of Rage 4 on the Switch, that's just using the Switch record. I don't know if you guys know about that, but there's like a little record button. If you press and hold it for more than a second, it records gameplay, but it records the last 30 seconds of gameplay. So if you guys can imagine, when I made those Streets of Rage videos, the last two videos I just released yesterday and this morning, that was like countless recordings, and then having to download that from the Switch to my phone and then edit it on my phone and then upload it. So you guys can only imagine how many times I had to keep connecting to my Switch. They're like 22 times for one video, and I think like the other one was only like 16. But yeah, but I'm still going to make some more Streets of Rage video clips playing as different characters and how their play is and whatnot. Just uploading that. Maybe I'll play Splatoon 2. I don't know. It's fun. It's absolutely fun, huh? Definitely. I mean, my son loves it, so I'll give it a try. See, I always feel weird. I have to get used to games. Like when I compare myself to the way I am now to when I was a kid, like with a kid, no video game scared me because I felt like I could easily adapt to any game that I played. Today, it doesn't feel like that. Today, I feel like if I play a game, I'm going to make a total ass out of myself because some of these games, I just don't understand the mechanics of it. It takes me a while to gravitate to it. And I guess that's old age or what? I don't know. Yes, add me on Splatoon 2 and username Blaze. Okay, I'll parking lot that. You're into fighting games? That's all you play? So like, oh yeah, well, I mean, you had like the different Tekken, like Tekken Tag and all that. That's actually pretty cool. Make sure you turn on motion control. Okay. I'll see. I'll ask my son later today when he wakes up if he has it, because I don't remember. Like I don't remember all the games that I buy him. I just remember them when I have money, and basically extra money, and then I could surprise him with the new game. And that's what I do. And then I go and buy the new game for him. Or he just takes my debit card and buys it online, whichever one. So I'll ask him if he has it. If he has it, that's good. That's golden. So, shit. Hey, man, I'd say go for it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to game, bro. Like, I'll watch. You're also going to do the movie channel. Do the movie channel, man. Like, get the stuff out there. You don't even have to. I mean, if you want, you can always like see. I did this thing yesterday, right? When I was talking about Streets of Rage 4, I literally like put together a montage clip on my Chromebook, and then I played the video in a small window to this side. The window came up here, and it was playing, and I kept hitting it to play over and over again without sound, just so that there was visual while I was talking about the game. So I mean, you could actually like grab like movie clips from the movie. You can turn off the audio and edit yourself like maybe like a good 10-minute montage of the movie of some like the best scenes, and you can talk on a live stream talking about the movie and having visuals for people to see. And if you remember the order sequence that you place each clip scene into your montage, you can actually make notes of that in a notebook. So if there's something that you wanted to reference to, like if you wanted to reference to a fight sequence between Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne, you'll know like that clip pops up in your montage at like 4 minutes and 15 seconds. So when you know you're at 4 minutes and 15 seconds into that clip, you can start talking about it and it kind of goes with it. It's good to see Streets of Rage 4 in gameplay. Al, if he has it, sniffles, LOL. Oh, yeah. No, I thought you were talking about if I have the sniffles, because I do have the sniffles right now. I've been sneezing and just allergies. Awesome. It's good to see Streets of Rage 4 gameplay from you. Yeah, it's actually fun playing the game, and so I'm actually having fun making these little clips and then putting it up all together. My favorite game series since the first one on Sega, so many years ago. Get it, dude. It's fun to play. It really is. Yeah. Hopefully, because like my son has a regular Switch, and I've seen that if I get a capture card, I can actually probably try to live stream gameplay from the Switch on the channel. But that's all kinds of stuff that I have to really kind of get into. Like I have to start, finding components to do that if I decide. But then if I do that, that obviously means I'm not in retirement anymore because I'm buying like massive gear to try and create content. So I don't know. That just depends. So if you're into mobile gaming, Call of Duty is amazing. I have to learn how to play those. I'll be honest with everybody. I suck at first-person shooter games and stuff like that. Like I just don't. Like I see my brother and them even games like Fortnite and PUBG, I totally suck at. I've said this before many times. I see my brother play. Like my younger brother, he has a Twitch channel, and he's actually doing pretty good on Twitch now. And he plays Fortnite, and I watch him play, and like the way that he's able to snipe somebody from across the yard in like I guess you could say like a battle royale mode or something like that. And I'm like, how the hell did he see that person there? Me, I couldn't see that person on there. So I don't know, man. I play to have fun because ultimately my beliefs with video games, and it's always been this way with video games, is that video games are supposed to be fun. I don't give a shit if you're boss at Mario and you can get to the end faster than anybody else. I don't give a shit about that, But if you're having fun playing the game, then that's the way to go. Let's see. I'm definitely getting it for my PS4 today. You found it at Walmart for a good price. Get it. Get it. Can't you rig your PS4 to your computer to live stream gameplay? Because you can probably do gameplay of Streets of Rage 4 on your channel, dude. But anyways, guys, gals, people, I'm going to hop off because, yeah, I've already hit the 1 hour mark. Yes, I live stream daily. So like every morning I do a live stream. So hopefully you can see you guys tomorrow. Wednesday, I'm actually looking to bring people on. So I don't know, Ray, if you're not busy Wednesday and you want to come on, not the same time that I started, because I started 9:30. Well, no, not 9:30, but about like 9:10 a.m. my time, around there. I started. I'm actually going to start 10 in the morning tomorrow. So about like half an hour ago at that time point. I'm about to start on Wednesday. So if you want to join me on Wednesday, then let me know on Twitter. Like DM me on Twitter or just text me, bro. Anyone else that wants to join in, let me know so I can have people in mind already on how many people is going to be on, and we can just like chit chat about something. But yeah, I'm going to go because kids got to get up. 9 a.m. my time. No. You're an hour behind me, right? So then it'd be 10 here, it'd be 9 a.m. there. Yeah. All right, man. Everybody else, thanks for coming in and hanging out, chit-chatting for a little bit. Hopefully, some of the stuff I mentioned about YouTube, the advice that I given, hopefully that helps somebody. That's really what it's for. And hopefully it gave a better perspective of how YouTube goes and not the bullshit one of, I'm going to make videos and I'm going to get rich, because that does not fucking happen. But be cool, everyone. Take it easy. Love you guys very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'll post on Twitter what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. I haven't picked out anything yet, but I'll let you guys know. So follow me on Twitter. And yeah, again, shout out to the channel members too as well. Thank you so much. And if you're new watching this, have not subscribed, what the fuck are you waiting for? hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified. That's all I'm going to say on that note, and I will see you guys later. Peace.